Shit, it's been a while.
It's been a while. It's been a fat minute.
Holidays kind of changed that up a little bit.
Yeah.
But yeah, shit. I mean, welcome back to the Head Start podcast. I feel
Welcome
like
back,
it's been
guys.
so long since we've done one of these.
Yeah, it
but
has. This is episode 8.
Episode 8.
Now we do them bi-monthly.
Mm-hmm.
So it's pretty hot material coming at you, hot off the presses.
In case you guys forgot, this is Christian Chamberlain over here.
Oh, yeah. What's up, dude? This is Kyler Nguyen.
There we go.
There it
We're
is.
coming at you live. All right. Well, shit, dude. We're coming into, I mean, shit, now it's already January 22nd, but how do you feel about just going into the new year? Obviously, knowing that last year, like, what was your year recap? How'd that shit turn out?
Well, I thought 2020 was my year.
It's fair.
So that turned out not as well as I was hoping it would.
Right.
2020 definitely was fucking, it was tough. It was super tough for everyone as far as, like, work-wise. Like, I switched jobs because, like, after the pandemic started, just kind of shifted my job responsibilities. So I was fortunate enough to, like, be able to look for a job while I had a different job. But a lot of people are not having that same, benefit. I think that's pretty shitty, but, all things considered, I feel like emotionally I grew in 2020 just because I was given no option.
Definitely.
And I feel like if nothing else, a lot of people are going to come out of this more introspectively well-rounded because you had no choice but to look at yourself and, like, hang out with yourself. Like, everyone I feel like had a lot of alone time, and I thought that was, that's a beneficial aspect of it. So, if we're looking for positives.
Yeah, definitely. I don't think a lot of people, including myself for the longest time, I would have rather sat on my phone and done nothing with someone else sitting on their phone doing nothing than
Right.
just sitting by myself. But 2020 has definitely helped with that as well. But it's also the perspective aspect of everything. Like, granted, we were fortunate that we were able, I never lost my job, which I'm very fortunate of. You were able to switch jobs in the middle of the pandemic and
Yeah.
didn't have, like, limited space, so where they were like, we don't have room for you or whatever. But then it goes back to the people who unfortunately lost their jobs. Maybe their perspective is like, I'm healthy, my family's healthy, and it's just like everyone's battling with their own issues.
Try to take out of it what you can.
Right.
That's positive. Because, you can't just dwell on the negative, Like, that's so cliche, but it's so true, especially in 2020. How'd it start out? January. You
We had the Australian
Yeah,
wildfires.
the Australian wildfires. February hit, took Kobe. That shit was depressing.
That was in February?
That was in February, bro.
Wow.
I literally remember because I was working at the bar on the weekends, and, like, I saw it on TMZ. TMZ got on the report first, and I was like, okay, that's clearly bullshit. And then just started blowing up, and then everyone started, like, giving their condolences and stuff like that. And I was like, this is so much to handle. I'm at a bar, and I was working, and then I was a worker, and then I was a drinker all in one day. So,
Right.
but that
Yeah.
was super shitty. And then obviously COVID hit, and for the record, in the science community, we all knew this shit was gonna happen. I'm not calling anyone dumb, but for not listening to shit, but there was writing on the wall like a motherfucker, and here we are in month 10. It's not
Yeah.
funny. People have a lot of lives. Obviously, that's not very,
So you're saying science is real?
Science is real, yeah. This just in, all types of people do science. People go to school for it and stuff. Like,
Right.
we'll really fucking philosophy majors tweeting or whatever the fuck it is. But if someone says, this disease is gonna kill you, and people don't even want to listen. But fuck what I know.
I know, dude.
What do I really know?
It's such a tricky situation because obviously everyone's got their own opinions, but some individuals, their opinions are so strong that other opinions don't necessarily matter,
Yeah.
which is kind of hard to, I don't know, try and, how do you expect to grow that way as well? But enough of 2020. It was obviously a tough year for everyone. Everyone also learned a bunch of shit too, and if it wasn't for that year, you probably wouldn't have been like the same or the person that you are now, just from dealing with all the hardships you went through in 2020. But what are you looking forward to in 2021, knowing that we don't know how long also that this is going to last within this year too?
2021. All right. So I'm looking to get a raise sometime in the year of 2021, the calendar year. So I honestly just want to get a raise, like, not just for the, like, monetary value. Obviously, that's, like, the largest factor in it because you're getting more money at the end of the day. but just like the responsibilities, like I definitely want to take on more responsibilities at work and just like keep pushing myself. Um, that's one thing I'm definitely looking forward to. And then I just want to continue to like grow emotionally because I feel like in the last like 2 years, like living in a city and living, just like having to make your own arrangements, you're away from the family and all that stuff for like elongated amounts of time, especially during COVID. You definitely have to be like self-sufficient. And I feel like that's a huge thing that people are struggling with. Like, if you're not a self-sufficient person, and like right now in this time in 2020, like it's been good practice, trying to get there because at this point, a lot of times you only have yourself, like I said. So if you're not a self-starter and you're not ready to like go every day, then it's super easy to get bogged down. Especially because a lot of people right now, they do have some money in their pockets with like these relief checks and stuff like that, or they have enough to get by, and so it definitely can like coerce like the
Some
mind.
do.
Some do. Some definitely don't.
Manage your fucking money.
Yeah, you definitely gotta manage your money because that stimmy check runs out quick.
Yeah.
For sure.
It's also funny though too, because a lot of people, I mean, as soon as they get the stimulus check, I mean, I said this when the first stimulus check came by. I was like, "We're getting our 1,200." Like, oh, I'm gonna get a tattoo, and then I was like, "Okay, that's not smart. Actually, what should I do to actually use this in like an efficient way?"
You get 2 tattoos.
You fill up the whole arm
Here it is.
with little tattoos.
Like, bro, I know you've only practiced on pigs, but like, fuck me up.
I know,
Just
but it's I don't know.
I feel you though.
It's kind of a lot of people just like, or if like they're in the mindset of like, okay, so I had to buy some new work boots recently, and I was talking to a coworker, and they were like, I was in the mindset to buy these like $250, $300 boots for work, but I went a totally different route, and I actually, so long story short, his boots were just like hella stinky. Had to like didn't know how to like fix them because they just reeked and they're pretty bad. So then he, I don't even know, talked to someone, found some way to clean the boots, and now they don't smell. And now he's got some like foot inserts that'll put in there that actually just eliminates stench.
Yeah.
But he was like, I was already in the mindset to spend like $250. So I bought boots, but for like a different type of aspect that wasn't necessarily for work. And I'm like, I mean, granted, if you have the money, like, do it. We're not going to tell you how to manage your own money, but it's just like a lot of people manage money. It's also
in funny ways.
Mm-hmm.
Funny ways.
When someone manages money in a way that you also don't think is right, it's not meaning that your way is right either.
No,
it's
yeah,
just
no.
like
I spend money on
opinionated.
dumbass shit, and also it's like it's so easy when like, you like whatever purchase someone made is up for judgment.
Right.
In that sense, because you definitely have the ability, like you're gonna be like, that was stupid,
I know.
or maybe that was a really good like move on your part, whatever the case may be. But everyone saw my 10 worst purchases of the last year. They'd be like, bro, that was a subscription to a photo scan app. I accidentally, bro, I forgot to tell you this. I had to do like the DocuSign when I got my new job and stuff like that. And it was late at night, and they were like, you have to do it by midnight. And I'm thinking to myself, if I don't do this by midnight, I'm not going to get this job. So that was Friday night. That Friday night, of course, my dumb ass gets home from my other job, starts drinking with the boys, obviously.
Always ends gnarly.
Always ends gnarly. And about 11:30 hits, and I'm like, fuck, I have not signed these. Just to accept the job offer. I'm celebrating my job, haven't signed the offer letter. And I'm like, so I don't even fucking have the job. And so the night goes how it goes, and it's 11:30. And I'm like, okay, I have to sign these. So I download that DocuSign, the PDF, and it had me I had to print off something and sign it. I didn't know you could just write your signature and insert it. So I freaking downloaded this app, and it was like $199, get it in, download this app. And then I didn't see that after 3 days. It flipped to a $49.99 per month subscription. And so I get a fucking notification for all things over $30 on my phone. And lo and behold, a couple days passes, and it goes, ding, ding, ding. You're the winner of negative $50 plus tax. I'm like,
even looking at social media, there's some, I'll just be on there one day, and they have ads that show up obviously left and right. And there's one ad that's always it's an app that pretty much puts all of your subscriptions into one place, because you and I get any charge that I have on my credit card. That's pretty much all I use now. I don't really use my debit card unless I'm for instance, when I went to Oregon, my credit card kept getting declined because I was buying so much shit for work that they were like, okay, you've spent $1,500. What the fuck is going on?
Yeah,
it's I respect that, but I couldn't use it, so I'd use my debit card. It was nice, but every time I use my credit card, I get a notification that pops down from my phone. It's like, oh, this was used at this location, and
I should have my music subscription and stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I I have a lot of my subscription. I mean, for the most part, the only time I would ever make a subscription not be on my credit card is if there's a fee, like for instance, paying our rent. There's like a 2% like fee or something like that because I honestly don't know why. It makes no sense, but like that'll come through my bank account. But then like that's obviously a big payment. They're always going to know what time of month it actually hits you, so you're able to check that out and make sure it's like all right. But it's pretty convenient to be able to have that because then I've had someone who've actually used my credit card in like New York one time, and as soon as I pull that app down or pull that notification down, it's like I don't know, gives me the options like call the merchant, report by, report an issue or something like that, and it's convenient, but it's also tough too because I mean you're never really taught in high school or college how to manage your money. It's
No.
kind of like self-efficient ways that you come by, or it's like something that your friends or family have taught you.
Mhm.
So it can be tough. I mean, I know there's people who live paycheck to paycheck, and it's just like I can't imagine the amount. I mean, as an adult, you already have enough stress as it is. I can't imagine like the stress that comes from I don't know living paycheck to paycheck. But then it also comes down to
Long term, that will kill you.
right. It also comes down to how motivated are you as well to make sure that like
You're improving.
you're
your
not
financial
going to be like this
situation.
forever.
Yeah, I know. I feel like when I first started making like actual money, I would go in this phase where like I'm just trying to like get by. Like I'm doing everything I want to do, and I'm like, okay, well, I have $500 left over after I pay all my rent, or like after both. If both my paychecks come in for this month, I'll have X amount of money to do whatever I want, and then I would spend it like so. And in my mind, I would be like, I need to save some of it, but then I'd end up saving $200 a month or whatever the fuck it is, and I'm just like, I didn't need to spend
Right.
X, Y, and Z. So now what I got my a habit into is like if I want something, I try to tell myself, okay, wait 2 paychecks until you get it. Like I've been fiending for a snowboard. Like I need a new snowboard, like in the worst of ways. But I'm like, okay, well, if I can tell myself in 3 paychecks I can get it, then I'll get it. And the third paycheck is next month on the 5th. And so just like little things to do to like keep yourself like grounded. So even if it's a bad decision for me to buy a snowboard, whatever it is, or if it's good decisions, like as long as you're like have a pace to it, because a lot of times people will just blow their money. That's why people got those stimulus checks. That some of those people that got those stimulus checks have never had that much money in their bank account. That is like free will money. People have money in their bank accounts, but it's obligated money. And so now that we have all this unobligated money, it's a crapshoot to see what people do with it. And I'm kind of interested to see the dumb shit people bought with it, which is so. But at the same time, it's like don't do it. Like I know someone that they got their stimulus check and what did they do? They bought an Apple Watch, like $1,200. I'm like,
It's tough.
I mean, like I respect it, but like go get that 3rd gen motherfucker from off of Craigslist for like $350. Save yourself like $700 to $900 and just do it that way.
It's also funny that how in the new people want to be, because I have coworkers who had an iPhone 11, the 12 came out, and granted, getting your phone set up is a little bit different than it used to be. Like you have to pay it like monthly instead of just like
Yeah.
full price for it and shit like that. Which I'm
Mhm.
assuming probably gets more people to buy it because they know they can afford it, which helps out Verizon or whatever cell phone company there is. But
Still
actually, kind
have
of
retained
could still
people.
fuck the person who's actually buying it.
Oh
but
yeah.
it's like he had it for like 7 months, and then all of a sudden, the thing was brand new. And then he's like, "Yeah, about the iPhone 12." I was like, "Why?" He's like, "It's 5G." And I was like, "Is it that important though?" But then it's like it goes back into, all right, the dumb shit we spend money on. Like when I was younger, I mean,
Last
I
week.
probably spent like $2,000 on fucking in-game credits for video games like growing up.
Right.
So it's like someone could look at that and be like, "That does nothing. Use it one time and that's it." And I'm like, I don't know. It's
It's my
all
culture.
I know it's all about perspective, but it's also I don't know. A lot of people like I'm not saying I manage my money right at all, but it's like efficient for me. But then the other thing I was going to say was obviously I don't snowboard or ski, but I would like to. What are the? Can you wait till like summer to get a discounted board or something?
See, I was gonna wait till summer, but I figured if I waited till later in the season, like a lot of times people will go super early in the season that are like lifelong snowboarders, whatever, and they'll wear out their boards like to the extent that they want to wear out, and then they'll get rid of them. So that's kind of what I'm hoping for. And also, if I don't come across a good deal, then I'm just gonna wait. But I mean, it's just
It's all about
You
if
can-
it's a need or a want.
yeah, it's definitely a want, but you can get a used board for like $250.
I don't know. That's also different though too in terms of like spending your own money because it's like you're spending a hefty amount of money, I would assume, for something that's going to bring you like external happiness though, and you're getting like fit out of it. You're able to, I don't know, reconnect with friends and go up to the mountain or something like that. So it's like, I feel like there's always ways that you can spend your money that even though it's a big, like for instance, fishing can be a cheap hobby. It can also be an expensive hobby depending on what you have. I bought a bunch of new shit, I don't know, a year or two ago. And it's like, I haven't used it that much, but it's like kind of like snowboarding. That means if you take care of it, that's going to last longer because you're not using it like every single month.
Right.
So it's like, there's investments that are smart and some investments that just aren't. It just kind of depends on like where your mindset's at during that process of like when you're buying it.
Yeah. Well, also I figure I'm done growing. I mean, but I get what you're saying. Like
that's true. I didn't think about that.
And the more well-rounded like aspect of it, like definitely, like as long as it's something that you put thought and time into, I feel like if you can justify it, then that's really the only person you need to justify your purchases to. Or really, that goes for fucking anything. If you're okay with what you ate or how much you slept or the way you like delegated your time in a day, it's like if you're okay with it, then fuck what I have to say.
I also feel like some people get into the habit of doing these things and like they're not happy with it, but they keep doing it. And it's like you're in charge of your own life. Why don't you change it? But a lot of them, the initiative is kind of hard. But I don't know. It obviously just depends on. I would think how you were raised on like what you were taught and everything, since you don't really necessarily learn this stuff in school. But at the same time, it can be challenging, no doubt. We're not downplaying how easy it is to manage money because it's not easy. It just really depends on what your priorities are.
Right. So, I mean, obviously, like something like snowboarding, like a winter sport like that, something that can be more expensive. But so I thought to myself, I was like, so what are some things that people can do, like especially during the winter months, to just like kind of maintain like your level of like serotonin, not get yourself too down in the dumps. And
5-HTP.
5-HTP. That's fair. I was thinking like vitamin D supplementation.
Yeah.
Like methamphetamines. No, that's not what 5-HTP is.
No, it's not.
Google it.
Yeah, that's not meth at all.
I honestly don't even know what 5-HTP is, but it kind of sounds like a URL or something.
I don't remember the name or like the full name because it's super scientific, but it's pretty much just like it boosts
hydrotriphosphate.
Hydroxytryptophan.
Oh, dude, I know what hydroxytryptophan is.
Also known as oxytryptan, is a naturally occurring amino acid and chemically precursor as well as a metabolic intermediate in the biosynthesis of the neurotransmitter serotonin. So there are a lot of people who like this is actually super interesting to me because living in Seattle, not everyone gets it, but I definitely do. Seasonal depression, that's a real thing. It helps balance out just like the serotonin in your brain and everything. And like obviously the serotonin is what gets you like the happy cells and everything. So if you're down, you can take it. But also I found out too, if you take too much of it, because like the bottle that I get, we're not sponsored by them, so I ain't going to tell you who the hell gave it to me. But they say take 2 a day. I started taking 2 a day and I couldn't sleep. So I was like working out, doing all this shit. I was like spending 17 hours a day doing a lot of stuff. Like, you know, I'm in school and everything still. Yeah. So I was busy. And I was like, why the hell am I not tired? Like, why can't I physically get myself to go to sleep? It's not working. And I found out from a coworker that he was like, oh, I take it too. If you take too much, it like overproduces it.
Just make you like
it just
restless?
Yeah. And so it's like, that makes so much sense because it's like, everything is good in moderation, no matter how good it is for you. Yeah. That just is like a key.
You can overdo anything.
Yeah, and it's just like, it's bizarre, but it's, I don't know, 5-HTP they say is good for like anxiety. There's obviously downsides to it as well, but it just depends on how you use it. If you abuse it, obviously it's going to be bad no matter what you do. But
we're not going to go through the downsides of it and the side effects because it'd be like one of those commercials where at the very end they're like, has caused cancer in 22% of people.
But you'll be happy while you're sitting.
Recommend it to your doctor.
Mm-hmm.
That's how we got it in that.
There we go. Well, yeah, dude. I mean, so now we got that. We're coming out of, I don't know, wintertime. I don't necessarily know. When does winter, like actually end?
Like, when's the first day of spring?
Is it February?
I'm going to go with March.
Oh, this is stupid. Is that Groundhog's Day?
Oh.
Is Groundhog's Day like actually the first day of spring, I think?
First day of spring is March 20th.
I think that's got to be what it is because they fucking. I mean, I don't ever follow that, but I hear about it all the time, and it talks about how the
Groundhog
fucking
Day is
groundhog.
February 2nd. And I think it's kind of one of those things like, I remember about the whole shadow thing. You've heard of that, right? Like
Yeah, it's like if it comes out, it's like winter's longer or some shit.
right.
Or if it doesn't come out or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't.
Well, anyways, we're coming out of wintertime slowly but surely. Obviously, it's still January, so I guess not any time near us. But things are closed right now. Now, there's a lot of shit that's going to be like, I mean, I think now we're in stage 1 or stage 2 or something, so like we can actually sit outside. But who wants to sit outside right now when it's like 40 degrees? Not that many people, because not a whole lot of places also have fires as well. So, do you have what is your perspective on how long these certain businesses, like movie theaters and bars, are going to stay closed for, to where we can actually get indoor seating? Or do you think it's going to last for 3/4 of this year? It's just going to be easier in the summer because it's going to be warmer out and there's going to be more spots. But actually, if there's more spots and it's hot out, there's probably more people there, so it's harder to get that.
I honestly feel like government is trying to like set everyone up to like have a rebound in the summer and then try to play it off as like, you know, vaccine works and everything. Like they're definitely trying to PR the shit out of it, but at the same time I think it might work. So I think that we'll be able to go to bars like probably in the next, I want to say probably by June, because that's what 3 months from now, and that's when they're going to have like a third of the population vaccinated potentially. So I think at that point it's going to be something where people that have it are going to feel a lot more free, like the vaccine that is, are going to feel a lot more free than also if you have fucking, I don't know, they say 10% population is already positive, so that means that you're going to have, I don't know, close to 40% of people either populated or,
Right.
you know, less prone to getting it again. And so at that point, people are definitely going to start opening up places. Because, I mean, there's no way 40% of people have immunity to it, then there's going to be, you know, huge fucking, you know, booms at bars and stuff. But the thing that scares me is the, like, variant strains of COVID. It doesn't scare me, like, personally. Like, I'm not scared or, like, petrified because I'm a fucking thug, you know? Like, we don't, like, I'm, you know, like, I'm a pimp, dog. Like, that's just me, though. But, like, in general, I feel like it's a scary prospect. Because, like, if people start, you know, killing over for a variant strain of things, and that's obviously going to reduce like the stages we're in and shit like that. But I just cannot wait to see some live sports, some live action event. Like, let me go to a concert, like something like that.
Dude, I know.
Like, how bad? Like, I want to safely get grimy.
Once we actually can,
dude.
Let's send it somewhere,
dude. If anyone wants to get grimy with me, let's do it,
dude. I'm sure we'll have a lot of people who are going to be down for that.
Safely though.
Yeah.
Like, when we're able to do it safely, I'm going to be a fucking loose cannon.
We're about to be at like concerts or something, all in hazmat suits, just like gigging. There's not going to be.
Have you seen like the UFC, like when they pull up and like in Abu Dhabi and
Yeah.
everyone's in those like massive like hazmat suits? You're just like, oh, that's going to be the clubs. People are going to start like painting them, like wearing like tie dye in their shit.
That's a good point. Who do you think's going to win? Who do you think's going to win this Saturday? Dustin Poirier or McGregor?
Poirier.
I respect that.
Said what I said.
I feel like people underestimate always how aggressive Conor McGregor is, but also I haven't seen either of them fight in so long. I honestly have no clue who is even more, I don't know, who's more ready to win this fight, but nonetheless, it's going to be a good-ass fight. And I don't really know a whole lot. I paid attention to UFC a lot more when I was younger, so I knew a lot more of those fighters in different divisional weights.
Right.
But obviously I know these two, so this is the first fight in a while I've actually been like, oh, I actually know both these fighters. It's going to be, I would think, a fucking good one, but shit, I guess we'll find out.
Yeah, no, I would say for me, well, first off, I just want to reiterate that I say Poirier, but if you're asking me to put like $100 down, probably going to go with McGregor just because, you know, he's got the juice. But
Yeah, I know, right? Dude, I watched their face-offs.
yeah.
They look so damn small now. They're conditioned like a motherfucker. Like
Welterweight's
not like muscle, but like seeing them in the past, they looked like they had muscle and shit, and like they were obviously skinny. They were hella conditioned.
Yeah, no, they're not big guys.
But at the same time, this face-off, I was like, these guys look like they're so thin.
Dana White's way bigger. Dana White, the commissioner, fucking.
Yeah, that was
UFC.
also pretty funny. We played UFC 3 last night, and
Yeah.
Dana White was a fighter. I was like,
He's
they
in
made
every-
him look a little bit more chiseled than he is.
He's in every weight class too. I'm like, take off
Yeah.
your shirt. Let me fucking see, dude.
Yeah, I know.
Let me see.
Dude, but even And, like, I'll watch some like Nelk Boy films, and it's also hilarious because, I mean, we'll go to, I'll watch a video, and it has Dana White walking into his suite, whatever type of hotel that he's going into. I don't really know, but they load him up. He's like, these guys treat me right all the time in Abu Dhabi. I told them I'm trying to watch my weight so they don't have the candy bar right out in front of me. And then you like walk into, it shows like a preview of his room, and it has like, say our living room is just like a dining room for that hotel room.
Yeah.
And dude, a table this fat is just filled with candy, and I'm like, what the fuck? I was like,
They're like, we're not gonna keep it at the door, but go inside, motherfucker.
right. But then like you go out in the living room and they have like healthier snacks and everything,
Yeah.
but then they still have like all this alcohol and shit. Which actually, have you had Howler Head whiskey?
No.
It's that banana whiskey that Dana White makes.
Is it fire?
I got that. I don't know. I was visiting my parents in Olympia one weekend.
I don't know if it was fire. I drank it 5 shots.
No. It was fire, but I said I don't know to the story.
Oh,
but
got you.
I went down to my parents' place in Olympia for a weekend or something like that, and I was like, I'm actually interested in getting this. We went to Total Wine. They always have fucking everything, I swear to God. So I picked up some of it up, and my dad just got a new like grill, so he wanted to cook up some shit, and I was like, oh, it's a good time to like pull out the whiskey. Why don't we drink it? Well, that fucking my uncle came over, and my dad and my uncle used to go to Sturgis together, so they were just riding Harleys all the time. And they like to drink. So my uncle came over. Like the next day I woke up, that thing was gone between all three of us, and I was like, so clearly I fucking enjoyed it. I just need to get it again.
Yeah.
And if I remember the price, it was only like $30, but like my dad's the type of guy to where he'll be like say we're going to a restaurant and he's been there several times, but he gets the same thing every time. I'm like, why don't you get something new? And he goes, well, if I'm going to come here and I'm going to spend the money, I know I like this, so I might as well buy that. I'm like, okay, that's a valid point.
Super fair.
So he was like, I don't think banana whiskey is going to be good at all. And I was like, oh, okay, I'm fucking high for that. That means it's more for me. The motherfucker was the one who liked it the most, I think. I was like, I told you, dude.
You're like, you're being phony, and I caught you.
I know.
That's all it is.
I just went on a tangent about UFC.
No, you're
The
good.
Commissioner, whatever.
No, you're fucking totally good. I want to try that shit so bad. I saw when we were watching those Nelk videos, and dude, gotta try it. I tried the peanut butter one that was like booming for a while.
Screwball. I haven't tried that one yet. I don't know if I'd like it. It'd probably have to be like a mixed drink.
It's
or
super
something.
sweet.
Yeah.
Like it's super. Like the thing is, you can't really mix it because like you can't mix it with Coke because it tastes like peanut butter.
Well, have
like,
you had
straight up.
BSB brown
I've had,
sugar?
yeah, I've had.
So
BSB.
what's sweeter, the peanut butter one or BSB?
I mean, probably about.
Or is it similar?
I mean,
I guess
honestly,
it's just
not
so
very similar,
different
like,
taste. It's
just
kind of hard to
different
tell.
taste, yeah, it's like it's more saturated. It's like that's kind of being like, well, it's not really like this, but like if someone were to ask you what's more concentrated, like a really like shitty wine or BSB, it's like they're both super fucking concentrated
Right.
sugar. Like they're both giving you diabetes,
yeah.
regardless.
That's
But
fair.
I don't know, but the screwball, I don't know. For me, I'm not a huge fan of peanut butter, so that motherfucking shit is just a lot for me.
Dude, when I first moved up here to Seattle, dude, I had peanut butter in my cupboard all the time, and I would just eat it.
You're one of the spoons full of peanut butter, crunchy or non-crunchy.
Extra crunchy.
Yeah.
Yeah, there we go. My dad's
That's the only fucking way to
a
do it.
big fan of the smooth, and I'm like, I kind of have like lost respect for you. And he's like, why? And I was like, you eat smooth peanut butter, and he's like, shut the fuck up.
Like for what reason?
I don't know. I see him eat peanuts all the time, but he's like, I want smooth peanut butter. And I'm like, dude,
He's probably like a heavy on the jelly guy.
I don't think he likes jelly at all. You know what? Oh, dude,
My life is no longer making
this
sense.
guy is crazy. He eats peanut butter and pickle sandwiches. And
Nothing like that sweet salty taste.
there's some other crazy ass like sandwich thing that people make combination. It's like, oh, I'm gonna have to think about this one. There's like another crazy, like obviously peanut butter and pickles makes no sense. Oh, he eats peanut butter and string cheese.
That sounds like fire.
Really?
No, fuck no. Absolutely not. Absolutely not, dude. No, old men do weird shit like that. Like my dad will eat cottage cheese and peaches, which is not that weird. It's a common thing, but like if you've ever actually tried it, I just can't
Right.
do it.
It's one of
I
those
just can't
things.
fucking do it.
Dude, I haven't had cottage cheese in a long time, but that texture just fucking stresses.
It's curdled
it
milk.
stresses
like,
me out.
Like I can do like feta. Like I've gotten more like, I'm cultured. I'll eat that foreign shit. But when it comes to cottage cheese, if you don't get that out of my face, I'm gonna have a problem. But a lot of
Yeah.
people like cottage cheese. Like,
Dude, my mom loves that
Oh,
shit.
yeah.
I'm like, you're a crackhead, but whatever.
dude, I'm so happy to have cottage cheese.
Yeah. No, that's real.
Imagine like bird shit tastes like with noodles.
That's what cottage cheese tastes like.
I mean, it's been a minute since I've had it. The bird shit, that is.
I mean, dude, that's a bad thing about parking up here. We have bird shit all over our cars.
Dude, you should have seen Tyler's car got bombed.
That was me though, definitely.
These birds just had eaten. Listen to this fucking horror story. So park about, I don't know, yay far away from the cribbo, and go.
How far is yay? Like a fathom?
It's just between ya and yeah.
Okay, so yay.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah, so about yay far.
It's like 12 inches, I think.
Yeah, about. Yeah! Yeah, that felt right. So, about 12 inches yonder. I park under a tree and I come back, and these birds are just fucking eating like blackberries and just cannonballed the car. The whole entire car was just filled with literal purple shit. Bird
Ew.
shit turned straight purple.
I said you like
It's got like seeds in it, and I was like, honestly, at least
So
they're
you
eating,
like dissected it.
dude, they're eating a fruit-forward diet. Like you can't be mad at that. Like they're not eating garbage. Like,
Right.
but yeah, probably had pesticides on it. So anyway, that was a cool story and everything. But yeah, so long story short, that's the whole story.
That's
Nothing.
okay. I like it. I mean,
Nothing.
dude, I know we brought up snowboarding, and you were trying to find some new snowboard. Do you got to buy more bindings, or do you got to buy other shit as well, or are you just right now looking for like a new snowboard in general?
Well, I'm looking for a snowboard with bindings, preferably, because I have some snowboard boots at home, or if I have to get some new ones, because I need some new ones anyway, because mine are like, the heels are just awful, and they were just, like, I feel like I had plantar fasciitis, like, after fucking our snowboard.
Dude, my dad used to have plantar fasciitis, and we went to Packwood, Washington, and they have like a swap meet there, and we used to go there a lot more than we do now, but there's this dude who's always there at this, swap meet's just a garage sale for the people who don't know him, and there's just this massive garage sale. This guy always had these bracelets, and they're like chain link bracelets, and my dad was like super interested in it, because his plantar fasciitis supposedly was getting so bad that they actually have like a shoe or a boot or something that you wear to bed that allows you to sleep better, because apparently plantar fasciitis allows you can actually somehow be restless when you have it. I don't necessarily know because I never had it. So he went there, grabbed a bracelet. He said he's legitimately never felt it since, and my dad's not really one to like kind of like bullshit that, and I believe him. And he wore one. He's had one on, I shit you not, for the past like 9 years. And he actually just went back probably 3 years ago and just grabbed another one. And it's just like there's like magnetics in these chain link bracelets that somehow the magnets does something to your foot. It makes no fucking sense at all, but he doesn't feel it anymore, and he had it pretty bad and severely. So I was like, that's pretty cool for like a cheap fix of like how to completely get rid of something.
No, definitely. And like modern like options like that are just like that fits up.
I know.
And that's why 2020 is good. Okay. Or
Exactly.
2021. It's not all negative.
I know.
I mean, it's mostly negative.
I mean, it just depends on how you want to look at it.
Like 400,000
pretty
people, plantar fasciitis. Apparently, some people fucking juggle with that goddamn question. Which one's more important? Dude, some bullshit.
Yeah.
Makes me mad. It makes me so mad I can fucking. Nah, it's okay.
Yeah. It's always tough talking about conversations that you know that
So conflicting.
every one of your followers, so the two that we have, are not going to really be.
It's so controversial. That's the
Yeah.
whole thing. Like, just like divisive ass topics, and that's all that we fucking are fed.
I know.
But I mean, whatever. Make what you want of it.
Yeah. I mean, shit. I mean, so what brought you into snowboarding? And like, obviously, when I talk to everyone who's never snowboarded before, including myself, I'm a little bit scared too. But like, being scared and not doing something is just a bad way to live your life in general. And if I think about it, like realistically, am I scared to just fall on my ass all the time? Am I afraid to fall off a ski lift? Probably. But like, why? Tell me why you got into snowboarding, and like why it's important to do things outside your comfort zone. And you can relate that to snowboarding. You can relate that to anything else.
Yeah, no, definitely. So I would say the reason why I got into snowboarding was everyone used to always be like, oh man, let's go skiing, let's go do this and that and everything. So I went up there one time and I was like, man, I don't see a lot of diversity up on this goddamn mountain. You know what I'm saying? And I can't swim, so I was like, fuck it. I'm going to try to, do something that maybe naturally is not like cohesive with like, who I am like physiologically. Like literally I'm 6'5", 220. That not necessarily a snowboarder. Your average snowboarder skier is probably 5'9", 100, like male is 5'9", 170, 160. whatever fucking small people weigh. I don't know. So, like, that was one thing that, like, drove me. I was like, I just kind of want to become decent at this. And then also, when you're up there and you're about to, like, drop, it's just like the rush you get. It's just kind of like there's only one way down, and it's, like,
Right.
on the slope. So, it kind of gives you, like, a feeling of not, like, immortality, but definitely, like, an adrenaline rush for sure.
So
And also, it's something that it's a craft. And so, it's fun to, like, be able to get better. And, like, there's such visible improvement for the first time you snowboard to, like, literally 2 hours later versus 2 months later versus, you know, the 30th or 40th time you've gone. It's like that shit is just, it's so satisfying. And it's the adrenaline is just a different kind of rush. It's like being outside in the outdoors. Like, you go hiking, you know, and it's a good rush. Like, you definitely feel like that, you know, you get the air in you and stuff like that. And it's all of that, but it's that brisk air with the combination of, like, you know, there's consequences to the actions you're pulling right now. So it's just kind of like the whole balance of it all is just kind of honestly beautiful in most winter sports, and especially snowboarding.
do you think that you want to learn how to swim in the future? Because then you could actually, like, I'm sure you would probably get kind of like a similar rush, adrenaline rush, to jumping off cliffs into water, as opposed to sitting at the top of the mountain, knowing that, granted, you have multiple ways down from a cliff, but
Yeah.
like, it's still kind of, if you think about it, like, there's
Yeah.
only one way down to the water in that regard.
No, I feel you, but
I'm saying, like, but if you knew, if you took that same mentality and learned how
That's
to swim,
true.
do you think, like, you would enjoy it as much as you did snowboarding, because it's something you've never done before, or you at least avoided it a little bit, and so then now you can, like, shit, in the next 2 years, I could see you jumping off, like, 50-foot cliffs or something, like swan diving and everything.
no, honestly, if I took that same mentality, you're right. I feel like that's a mentality I need to apply to more aspects of my life. Is just like the balls to the wall. Because sometimes there's a time to contemplate and be like methodical, and there's a time to fucking just do, and then there's time to combine the two. And I feel like it's rational for me to snowboard because, like, I'm comfortable with it now, and even when I wasn't, it was like something that I didn't have like an overarching fear of. But
Right.
if water is like if my face is covered in water, like in an open body of water, like that literally makes me shit myself.
Yeah.
So I probably can't take that same
Well, at least you know
mentality.
you don't have to wipe, because you'll be in the water.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's a bonus.
See?
Maybe I should. fucking-
See, there's a positive to every negative.
Dude, if I shit myself, I just like wipe it on the salmon. No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. It's a joke.
Jokes are great when they catch you off guard. I was not expecting that.
Come here, little fishy.
Oh my god.
Like, this one got tagged with some shit. Yeah, bro. I was just trying to say he wasn't big enough to catch, so I just like, fuck you, man. Slapped him with some shit. It's casual. You get it? You don't get it? I
What the
get it.
fuck?
What the fuck is going on?
Wait. What the
What
fuck?
the What the fuck? Okay. What are you feeling, time-wise?
What are we at?
Like 40?
Minutes?
Yeah.
I mean, we can go through. I don't know. We could just, kind of went on tangents, which has been kind of
Yeah.
nice. I feel like that's sometimes like the best type of way we do our podcast. But
Yeah.
we can go through our last couple of topics,
Yeah,
see
yeah.
if something sparks or whatever. And
Let's get it.
so another topic we brought up was Christian brought up that they raised the minimum wage in Seattle to $16.69, which will be effective immediately. But the unfortunate side of things are that bonuses are being cut short due to the pandemic. So knowing the whole history with like raising minimum wage, obviously that's going to affect the economy. But a lot of individuals think, oh, minimum wage is now $16.69. I'm going to get so much more money. It's like, but it's going to be pretty much the same shit as if you were getting $14 an hour.
Yeah.
Because the economy works in that way.
Exactly.
What's your outlook on, I don't know, that, if you have anything to say?
I think people are just really not, like,
Knowledgeable?
not knowledgeable. And it just blows my mind that there's policymakers that are taking the same, like, route, just because based on the fact that, like you said, the economy shifts with, inflation. There's more money. More people are making more money. Like, I think it'd be a lot better to subsidize the bonuses people were going to get rather than like just handing people money. I don't even know what the solution is, but I just feel like it just strikes me as something that someone said, and a bunch of other people that have certain political agendas were like, yeah, that's something that we need to do.
It's
And then
also-
it's just kind of like, it's willy-nilly to me.
I also think it's funny that people are just kind of like, not everyone, but people just kind of like disregard politicians, and it's like, okay, do you not realize with what we just went through in 2020, we just got a $1,200 stimulus, or last year we got a $1,200 stimulus package, and then we just got some people just got a $600 one as well. And it's like, do you not realize that the politicians never took a break, but they're enforcing these laws where restaurants and businesses have to shut their doors or they have to lose money for this certain thing, and those politicians never missed a paycheck once. It's like, I didn't know that initially at first, but like, I like to do a lot of research. Obviously on things that interest you, you can dive deeper when it comes to that. And it's just like, maybe it doesn't interest you, so like you don't ever like look that up in general, but it's like to try and relate, like just even my knowledge to the knowledge that you have. I probably know some shit you don't know. You probably know some shit I don't know, and it's like you don't necessarily just like bring that up and like I don't know how I'm trying to like word this conversation or this statement, but it's like you're not just gonna casually come over to me and tell me about something I don't fucking know. Like there's always like a topic brought up, and that's how we brought up about the politicians getting paychecks still while they're still enforcing these laws to have these businesses shut down and all that, which is in my mind bonkers. But
it makes you think like what things are genuinely like factors in the sense of like I don't know, you know, and then on the other side like what things are just being fed, like what things are just being, you know, publicized and all that shit.
It's just kind of like it's just kind of crazy how everyone is literally on their own wavelength, and like you could be so fed up with an issue, and I understand where people come from, where it's like if they believe in something and they don't like other options, it's like I get where they're coming from by saying like, oh, then fuck you, whatever. Obviously, I don't think that's the right way to do anything in life, but it's like someone could not know anything about the politicians still getting paychecks, doing all that, since we're just on the topic of it. It could be fucking anything else. Mm-hmm. And you're having a conversation with them, and they're like not like, because I feel like so many people expect things throughout life or even on a day-to-day basis to where like if someone's like sad or depressed all the time and they're like, why is my life suck, da da da, I feel like the mindset that has is like people are always expecting something, and when it doesn't go the way that they expected, that's when they get sad or mad or pissed off or depressed, whatever it may be. I just said two fucking feelings, but I just put different words for them.
I know what you're saying.
And it's just like, okay, everyone is on their own wavelength, so it's like, how the fuck do we get everyone to try to be unified? I don't think it's ever going to happen, unfortunately, but it's just like that would be such a key step in movement in future history to try and like have everyone on the same page. But that's
people always have such a hard on, I mean ourselves included, myself included, for expectancy versus like reality, and like people are just kind of blindly like being optimistic and expecting things, and they always want to see in the better nature of people. But I feel like especially when it comes to things like policy, you definitely need to see in like, you know, what are ways that this could go very negative. Right. And I feel like that foresight is what a lot of times is lacking.
Yes.
So that's why I feel like
good point.
A huge part of like the message we're even trying to put out in general is just like allowing people to open themselves up to like have some foresight, have some like introspective moments, and be able to like be productive from those moments where you're, you know, killing it. Be productive from that and take some with you, but also when you're struggling, take something from that and take it with you in the same regard. Like you need to do both of those things, and like I feel like that needs to be applied a lot of places, but I feel like first and foremost we can just apply that personally, and then from there we can go from, you know, wherever we want.
And it's just like, that's the thing, like it's I mean you and I obviously I think have very similar mindsets in terms of like how we handle ourselves, how we portray the world and all that, but it's the hardest part is like we can have this conversation and or shit, Joe Rogan could have this conversation, has millions of followers, and there's gonna be people that just deny it. They're just like, I don't want that to happen, fuck that. It's just like, so it's like we're always just like going in circles throughout time.
Yeah, I feel like that's like where like the whole like majority thing, it's like the only way a majority gets built is if more than half, where you have to go with whatever the fuck. That's kind of the whole point of democracy, but that's like where it gets very convoluted when, you know, because you have so many people that you said like ulterior facts are a massive thing.
Yeah.
So, or alternate facts and stuff like that. So it's like you definitely just have to vet it out yourself and make your own opinion, and then you also have to be able to accept the fact. And I think this is a huge thing that people don't have, is you have to accept the time when you have to always, even if you're dead set on something, you always have to have a small sliver where if something were to be conveyed to you or demonstrated to you, that you have the ability to, you know, change your point of view, because we're always evolving. We're ever evolving. Everyone knows that's the whole, like, the basis of our species.
But see, like, that's the thing too. Is like I feel you. I think that is how we're like how species are supposed to work and how we're supposed to evolve. But like people don't think that.
That's what I'm saying. Like, some people are just not going to, and so I feel like as long as you can, like, personally allow yourself to be open to those kinds of adjustments and changes, like, even though no matter how drastic they are, then like you can now expect the same from other people. So when other people are being dumb, like even if it's 60% of people that are in alignment with whatever you're feeling, that 40% still has
Right.
that valid standing to like that leg to stand on. So who knows? Maybe the 40% is wrong, but most likely,
No, I respect
I
that.
don't know. I feel like people are gonna be dumb, so I just try not to let people bog me down. And like
think it's natural
I'm gonna be dumb
selection.
sometimes too. Yeah,
Just let natural selection take its process.
take its fucking course.
Yep. All right. Well, shit. I guess we could leave them with some comfort hacks during the cold months, since now we know that winter's technically still here till March.
Oh yeah. All right. Well, cook your fucking soups. Get your hearty meals in, like your nutritional but hearty meals in. Don't kill it with the salt. Just fucking love. Just enjoy it. Enjoy like the, I don't know, like we had this one Italian wedding soup. It's like carrots, kale, chicken broth. Look up a recipe.
Couscous.
Couscous.
Fucking couscous, baby.
Dude, if you don't know what couscous is, go
Pick up a fucking dictionary and
Dude,
find out.
Find them, enjoy them, love them, cherish them,
Yep.
have sex with them.
Honestly, I don't know about you, but the good old fucking pie couscous sounds like a pretty good fucking, I think.
Couscous hot pie. And not
Also,
talking about the food.
If you got high anxiety, I don't know how well this works, but I just stumbled across an ad on Instagram that said they have a bunch of heavy blankets. They're like anxiety reducing. I don't know if that's going to work. I have no idea, but it sounds like a cool idea, and I kind of get why they're heavy and not just like a normal blanket. Maybe you could use that and kill two birds with one stone.
There
Being
it is.
cold, you got anxiety, kill it with a heavy anxiety blanket.
Yep, there it is.
And while you're sitting there, you can eat some motherfucking couscous, bitch.
Couscous, blanket, game. Just try to reduce stress at home, and 'cause studies have shown, I'm citing my sources here, I'm not citing them, but studies have shown that if you
Citing
can-
him from a house on Dexter Ave.
yeah, if you can reduce stress at your like house, then you can reduce stress like existential stress. Like
It's all mental. If you believe it, you can achieve it.
if you wake up cold, go fucking get some slippers. Don't buy the fucking, I don't know, whatever the hell you don't need that you know you buy too damn much. Go buy some slippers and make yourself cozy and reduce your stress at home. Whatever you have to do, go buy an anxiety blanket. Like, keep yourself comfortable as long as you can. Like, do what you can and then let the chips fall where they're made. Because a lot of times people want to point to other things. Work on what you can work on. Focus on the other shit later.
Your mind's a general. Your body's the troops. You can believe it. You can fucking achieve it. We're going to leave you with that shit. You're in charge of your own life. Don't think about you only die once. Bitch, you only live once. So make sure you don't sit on your deathbed and regret everything about that. So get that couscous, baby.
There it is. January 18th was MLK Day. I have a dream. Peace. It's the
Peace
Head Start
out.
Podcast.
Thanks for tuning in. We'll catch you next week. We're getting back into it.
Peace out.
All right, peace and love.